Good morning, students. So in today's session, we are going to discuss how to do MBA Viva OS presentation. So to help students, I am making this video. So basically, certain rules to be followed at the time of attending your MBA Viva OS presentation. Okay, so let me tell you some of the guidelines to be followed at the time of making a Viva OS presentation. So initially you prepare a slide like this, first slide. So according to your college, you can put your college logo, then put as MBA, is it a MBA Viva OS or it's a BCom or whatever, maybe the department Viva OS, put your presentation and mention your title, your project title. Below that, mention your name, then your class, then register number. Then right side corner, put your guide name, their designation, and where they are working. Okay, all the details you're supposed to mention. So this is supposed to be your front slide always. The next slide. So in the next slide, you have to put the abstract. So initially, most of the department are used to follow abstract. Okay, so in case in your college, if you are using abstract as one of the project content, you can add abstract. If not, you can skip this slide. So in case those who are going to add abstract, put abstract. So already you might have framed the abstract in your project, you put abstract. So what is the abstract? It is a short nutshell of your project. It's supposed to contain minimum of, maximum of 200 words along with the keywords. That abstract should contain first 2 lines about your introduction, then objective, needs, what are the tools you have used, a small information about your research methodology, then major findings, suggestion, conclusion, all the things. Instead of going through your entire project, by seeing your abstract itself, people will be coming to know what kind of a project it is and what kind of information is carried out in this project. Okay, so again, I'm telling you, in case if you have followed abstract in your project content, put this slide, or else you can skip this. Next one, put the introduction. So for introduction, maximum put 1 slide. That's more than enough. Okay, so in that introduction itself, you have to give your information about the topic. That means you have to give the introduction about your topic, not about the company. So first slide is your title slide. Next slide supposed to be your introduction. In the introduction, you put your topic. Okay, for example, if you're doing a study on customer satisfaction, in the sense, if you are doing a study on recruitment, in the sense, give explanations about the recruitment selection, what is called customer satisfaction, what is called recruitment. Likewise, you have to give explanation about your title in the first slide. In the second slide, give your industry profile. In case if you are keeping industry profile, then you can keep another slide. Then the next slide is industry profile. In that industry profile, you can mention the industry related information. For example, if I have completed my project in Rane company or Ashok Leyland company, in the sense that belongs to automobile industry. So I need to put automobile industry profile, industry history in the particular industry profile. So already in your project, you might have created industry profile pages. It must be around 3 to 4 pages, which contain the particular industry's brief information. When the particular automobile industry introduce, what are the advantages are there, what are the latest development there in automobile industry. In India, how many automobile industries are there? In Chennai, how many industries are there? Likewise, you have to give a brief information under the industry profile. So introduction is supposed to be 1 slide. Next slide, it's supposed to be the industry. So in which company you have done a project, that belongs to which industry. So you give more explanation about the industry in the 1 slide. That's more than enough. You can give along with certain graphs, certain images also in that industry profile. The next slide is about the company profile. So next slide is about the company profile. So again, I'm telling you, first title page, second slide is introduction. Third slide is about your industry profile. Fourth slide is about your company profile. So in the company profile, all of you, please add your company logo. Put a company name, company profile. Under that, put company name, then company logo. and just highlight the major points, like when the company started, who is the CEO, what is the current structure of your company. In case in your project, if you have added the structure of a company, in the sense, put the slide, okay, put that image in that, as well as what are the highlights of your company. Then what are the products they are manufacturing. In case if the company is manufacturing oriented, you can put some manufacturing items, whatever they are manufacturing, what are the products they are manufacturing, all the things you can put. So for company profile, you can add 1 or 2 slides. In the 2 slides, again, I'm telling you, you have to mention your company name, under that company image, I mean the company logo, then company structure, then company hierarchy level, who is there, what are the products they are giving. So these are the basic information to be added in the first 4 slide. Okay. So next slide is about research objective. So what are all your objectives? Since I have kept this much objective, actually this is a MPhil Viva was presentation. So being MBA students, already you have created. See, I'm just giving you the guidelines for how to prepare a PPT and how to attend the Viva. Okay. So whatever information you have created, you have framed already in your project, just do copy and paste in the slide. That's more than enough. So already you might have completed your research objective. So what is called research objective? So what are the its aim? What are the things you are trying to study? What are the things you are trying to find in your company? Or what are the things you are trying to find in your project? That is called research objective. You just copy and paste your research objective here. Then put a need for the study. Again, same, copy and paste the need for study. So at the time of attending Viva, students, please be clear about your objectives. You should not read it. You should know very well about your objective. You should have a finger point. The objective is supposed to be in your finger point. If anyone asks you what is the second objective, in the sense, you should be in a position to answer. So in such a way, you should be very thorough about your objective. Again and again, I'm telling you. So please read objective more thrice and keep it remember always. Okay, put your objectives, then put your need for study. Objective means what you are going to study. Need in the sense, why you are doing. Need, I mean, why you have done a particular topic in this so and so company. So it's supposed to be in a paragraph manner. Sometimes you can put it in a point wise also. Okay, so copy and paste your need for the study. So at the time of attending Viva, what you're supposed to do, first initially just ask excuse. Just ask you, may I come in? May I come in, ma'am? May I come in, sir? Okay, once you enter, first greet the faculty. In case if the external examiners are available, just greet them. And just in case your internal examiners also is sitting along with them, greet them also. Okay, greet both of the faculty members. Once you greeted them, then hand over your project to them and sit patiently. Don't get nervous. Okay. Once they started to talk about your, once they have given a signal to talk about your project, then you can start to talk. So at the time when you are trying to talk, first introduce yourself. For example, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. My name is Dr.D.Anitha Kumari. I'm studying MBA second year in Wales University. I have done a project in customer satisfaction in so-and-so company, Big Bazaar or whatever it is. Okay, say you like this. Then start to talk about your topic first, introduction. Then, and then next, company. You have to talk about your company. So whatever in the past 6 months, whatever you have observed in the company, just try to talk about your company. Okay, where the company is situated, when it started. Okay, who is the current CEO? What is the current turnover? What are the major highlights? All the things you have to discuss. Okay, then talk about the industry profile. The particular company belongs to what industry. Then say your objectives. Okay, tell all the objectives. Then just justify the need for the study. That means why you have chosen the topic in the so-and-so company. You have to say that. Then scope for the study. Objective means what? Need means why. Scope means how. Scope of the study in the sense, how far this project will be useful to the company, or how far the project will be useful to the further studies, or to the society, or to the researcher. So in such a way, you have to think and answer for this. So already you might have created a scope for the study in your project, just copy and paste the same content here. First slide is a table of content. Title page is the first slide. Second one is your introduction. Third one is your company or industry profile. Next one is a company profile, then objective, then need, then scope of the study. Then in case if you have a research gap, you can mention over there. In case if you do not have, just skip it. Then put your statement of problem. So statement of problem in the sense, after reading a lot of review of literatures, what is the research gap you found? For example, there might be, you have to say like this, there might be a plenty of research related to the so-and-so topic, but there is no specific study. You have to use this term. You have to use this term, students. You have to say like this, there is no any specific study related to the so-and-so title, especially in the so-and-so company. For example, I have done a project in group cohesiveness. How I will say, I have gone through the review of literature. There are n number of review of literature to the related to the group cohesiveness, but there is no specific study about the group cohesiveness, especially in the field of academician. So like that, you have to say there are plenty of research have been done in the customer satisfaction, but there is no specific study which is carried out in a big bazaar or so and so in the title of customer satisfaction. Like that, you have to answer. That is called statement of problem. Okay. Next, in case if you have framed the hypothesis, you can put in this slide. In case if you have not mentioned the hypothesis in your project, just skip this one also. Then review of literatures. So in case if you have collected a review of literature based on your objective, just apply this slide. If not, you no need to apply this slide. You can skip it off. Then put a review of literature. Maximum for review of literature, you can take 2 slides. You might have framed the review of literature already in your project. Maximum take 2 slides for review of literature. Copy at least 5 or 6 review of literature and paste it here. And study that review of literature. At least after posting 6 review of literature in the PPT, at least you're supposed to be thorough enough with the only 2 review of literature. You have to say, Mr. Maruf Lela, in December 2015, he has investigated or he has done a project in, or he has done an article in so and so. He has done a research along with the these variables. He utilized these kind of tools. Okay, he found this result. Like this, you're supposed to be in a position to explain maximum of 2 review of literature. You're supposed to be thorough. Being MBA students, at least maximum 2 reviews you could able to answer. Okay. In case if the external Viva person, if they are asking you, can you show me some of the review which is related to the objective number 3 or objective number 2, in the sense you should be in a position to show to them. So just make sure that your review of literatures are related to your objectives of the study. So like this, put a 2 slides for review of literature. Guys, please do follow the same slide. So same slide. So I have forwarded this slide to some of my students. You can get it from them. Even this for other college students, keep it as a template. Keep it as this is for research methodology. Keep it this slide as a template, and then you can use it. First, put a research design. There are 2 types of research design: descriptive and explanatory research design. You no need to mention these 2. Which research design you have adopted for your study, you just put that. You know what is called descriptive research design. So you should be thorough enough about the research methodology. Everyone, please listen carefully. So descriptive research design. So already there might be what is called descriptive research design. First of all, what is called research design? It is a blueprint of your entire study. It is a blueprint of your entire study is called as a research design. So in your thesis, in your project, you have adopted descriptive research design, in the sense you have to give an explanation about the descriptive research design. It describes the characteristic of individual. Already there might be plenty of researchers might have done a project on so and so topic. You are also going to study some small part of that. That is called descriptive research design. Whereas if you have chosen the exploratory research design, in the sense, if it is a fresh research, there is no enough evidence previously. There is no enough proof. There is no enough review of literature to the so-and-so related topic, in the sense, then you can mention the exploratory research design. Whereas, guys, if you have utilized descriptive research design, give an explanation like this. Even though there are plenty of research as carried out, there are plenty of research has been already carried out. I am studying some small part of that and describing the characteristic of individual. You should say this word, describing the characteristic of individual. Then sampling technique. There are two types of sampling technique: probability sampling technique and non-probability sampling technique. The students whoever is using whoever chosen the HR field, you will be choosing a probability sampling technique, whereas students who have done a project under the marketing field, you will be choosing the non-probability sampling technique. Sometimes this condition may vary. Okay, so what is called probability sampling technique? Each and every element in the population have some chance to participate in a survey. Each and every element in the population have some chance to participate in a survey. That is called probability sampling technique. What is called sampling method? So under the probability sampling method, there are varieties of methods are available, like simple random sampling method, lottery sample method, systematic sampling method, okay, cluster sampling method, stratified sampling method. Under stratified, proportionate is there, disproportionate is there. So which sampling technique you used, you just put it in this table and read that explanation and say, okay, for example, probability in the sense, in case if you use systematic random sampling in the sense, systematic means choosing nth element. Okay, just you are choosing nth element of a study, that is called systematic. Whereas cluster in the sense, you are choosing the entire bunch of sample for a study. For example, if you are doing a research on customer satisfaction in the so and so, employee satisfaction in the so and so manufacturing company. In that manufacturing company, there are around 5 departments is there. You are choosing the entire HR department for your study. That is called cluster sampling method. Whereas stratified sampling, stratified random sampling method in the sense, there are 5 departments in the company. You are choosing samples from each and every group. That is called stratified. So if you are choosing 20 members from one group, 20 members from another group. Similarly, if you are choosing equal number of samples from all the group, that is called proportionate stratified random sampling method. Whereas if you are choosing unequal number, for example, in HR department, you are choosing 50, finance department, you are choosing 20. So in case if you are choosing unequal number of sample from all the group, that is called disproportionate sampling technique. Then simple random sampling method. So simply you are choosing according to your sample size, you are choosing a according to your sample size, you're choosing the sample simply with the help of simple random sampling method. Since you can say that. Okay. So what is called non-probability sampling method? So the students, those who have done a project in a marketing field, you have to mention a non-probability sampling method. So there is no chance to participate in the survey. That means 0% chance to participate in the survey. That is called the explanation for the non-probability sampling method. So mostly under the non-probability sampling method, everyone might have choose the convenience sampling method. So what is called convenience sampling method? The respondents who feel convenient voluntarily, they will come and participate in a survey, or else whenever they are free, if they are easily accessible, you can go and collect the samples from them. That is called convenience sampling method. Okay, so then apart from that, snowball sampling method is there under the non-probability method. So what is called snowball in the sense, when you do not know to whom you have to carry out your sample survey. That means for example, I want to do an impact of Fair and Lovely, but I do not know who are the persons who is utilizing the Fair and Lovely as a main product. So I may get some response phone number, respondent's phone number, or some customer phone number who is utilizing that. Once I complete a survey with them, they may show some other person. That means word of mouth. If one respondent is referring another respondent, that is called as a snowball sampling method. Okay, so you just see in your project what kind of a sampling method you have adopted. Probability in the sense, when there is a chance to participate in a survey. Non-probability in a 0% chance. This is the explanation for this. Then say your population size. What is called population size? The group, the entire total number of employees strength in your company is called your population size. So tomorrow, definitely there may question arise in your Viva's time. People may, the external may ask you, especially the HR students. They may with the HR students they may ask you, what is your population size? That time you have to say what is your company's overall strength. The total number of employees strength is called as a population size. Students, those who are doing those who are doing in a project in a marketing, the population size is infinitive. That is unknown. Population size is unknown. Then you have to say your sample size. Okay. So sometime the external may ask you, why did you choose this much sample size only? That time you should be in a position to answer. Okay. That reason might be due to some personal reasons or personal restrictions, or due to some determination of sample size table. So with help of that, you can manage those questions. Next, sampling population. So with whom you have conducted the survey, with the HR employees or with the marketing employees or whoever it is, who is your target respondents, their category you have to explain. Then sampling location, where and all you have done a survey. Okay, that you have to do. Then source of data. There are two types of data, primary data and secondary data. So what is called data? Data means information. Okay. So what is called primary data? Fresh data. What is called secondary data? Existing data. The data which are already existing, which are available, that is called as a secondary data. Primary data in the sense which are fresh data. So if you have used questionnaire, interview method, observation method, then that will be coming under the primary data. Okay. So you don't put all the things in the slide. In your project, what method you have adopted? Have you collected information with only the questionnaire? Then put primary data questionnaire. That's more than enough. You have collected samples with help of survey method, put a survey method. Or interview also, put a questionnaire and interview. Or with help of Google form, just questionnaire, put a Google form in bracket with help of Google form. Then secondary data, whatever information you have collected with help of existing sources like books, journals, magazine, internet, whatever it is, that you can quote it over here. Again, I'm telling you, see, be clear. Whatever information you have adopted for your research, you mentioned that alone. Don't put research design, descriptive, explanatory. Don't put in this research methodology slide. Whatever you utilized, put it that, and make sure that you know the meaning of it. Okay. So primary data, what you use? Questionnaire means put a questionnaire. Interview means interview. So whatever you have utilized, put there. Then statistical tools, mention over there. Just list out the statistical tools, but you should know the meaning of the statistical tool. So most of the students, everyone might have adopted the percentage analysis. Put a percentage analysis first, then put a chi-square. What is called chi-square? To find out is there any association between two variables? Is there any association between two variables? That is called chi-square. Chi-square will be utilized to find out the association between two variables. You have to answer like this. One way ANOVA, to find out the difference between two variables. Difference. ANOVA means difference. Chi-square means association. Correlation means to find out is there positive and negative relationship between two variables. And regression and reliability test. So whatever test you have utilized, read the meaning and just make sure that you know that. Okay. So again, I'm explaining you. For example, this is my research methodology. This is how I will explain. So I have adopted research methodology. So in my thesis, I have adopted descriptive research design. So already there might be a plenty of research. I am studying some small part of it, describing the characteristics of individual. So probability sampling I have adopted for my study. So each and every element in the population have some chance to participate in my survey. That is called probability sampling method. So in this study, I have adopted stratified random sampling method. It means that what I already have given you explanation. Just see that my population size is this much. My sample sizes, due to restriction, I could able to take this much sample size only. My sampling population, sampling location, source of data, data collection method. Statistical tools. Chi-square means with help just find out the association between two variables, whereas ANOVA means to find out the difference between the variables. So like this, you prepare the answer for the research methodology. Then this one you don't need to mention. Then please make a copy of this. Please make a copy of this. In all the projects, students might have used the personal details. You might have collected the personal details. Okay. Combine or integrate all the personal details under one table and put it like this. It would be very helpful for the Viva person to get a clear-cut idea. For example, your sample size is 100 or 120, whatever it is, male and female, how much? This data analysis interpretation plot already you might have developed in your project. Just correlate all the information and prepare this slide. Okay, please prepare this slide. It will be very helpful. Again, I'm telling you this data analysis and in this demographic details of the respondents, and then the research methodology slide. Keep it as a same template. You will get a good impression from the external Viva person, external examiner. Next one. This one already I told you. See this? Okay. So like this, you just develop your demographic variable slide. Then chi-square test. So everyone might have used the chi-square. Just put your inference at the top and put your table here and do explain. Since the chi-square value is, you have to say like this. So I have found the chi-square analysis between the perception, attitude, and gender of the respondents, and to check whether is there any association between perception, attitude, and the gender. So with help of the chi-square, I came to know that I could able to conclude that since the assumption, you have to explain like this only. Since the significance value is 0.07, which is lesser than the 0.5. So where, what do you mean with this? Hence, null hypothesis means there is no association between, right? Alternative means there is an association between. When the value is lesser than the 0.5, you will accept the null hypothesis. When is more than 0.5, you will reject the high null hypothesis, right? Based on that, you have to say your conclusion. This one you already might have developed in your project. You just adopt it here. Same way, ANOVA, put your finding at the top and put your table here and do explain. Same way, correlation, regression, whatever tools you used, you just adopt. Then you are finding, at last you are finding. So you have to mention like this. If you want, being MBA students, if you want, you can keep it. For MPhil or PhD, Viva, this and all is mandatory. Whereas MBA students, if you want, you can keep it like this. So whatever, how many chi-square tools you used, how many ANOVA tools you used, you can put it here. Variables, in between, what are the variables you found this, what type of tools you used, what is the significance value, is it accepted or not? This is an optional slide. Again, I'm telling you, for MBA students, this is an optional slide. If you want, you can utilize it. At last, put your major findings, then your suggestions, copy and paste your suggestions. Always keep your suggestion in a paragraph, and it should not be like order sum. Since you have done a project maximum of 3 months or 6 months, so within this 3 months and 6 months, you will not, analyze that much. So you should not say the company should implement this, the company should adopt. You should not use should or must at the time of using the suggestion. The company may or might, the company can, like this you can add. Even you have to add the limitation slide also, keep it remember. And then at last, if you used, limitation you have to add at the last, what are the limitations you have used in your study? Limitation says what kind of obstacles you faced. For example, time might be the major constraint. Some of the respondents, they might have not given you the proper response. They might have, they might make you to wait for a long time. So whatever obstacles you faced, you have to list out any limitation of the study. And then conclusion you have to mention. Last one is what are the articles, in case if you have published any article, please put it in the last slide and put a thank you slide. Students, you have to be very clear with certain things. One is, first, you should thorough about your objectives. You should thorough objective. Whenever people ask you what is your first or second objective, you should be in a position to answer. Just mug up it and learn it. If you have really done a project by yourself, then you no need to mug up it. You might have very well know about your objective. Okay. If not, please make sure that you know your objective. As well as sometime the external Viva person, they may ask you, the external examiner, they may ask you, what is your first objective? What kind of suggestions you have given? Or what is the finding for the first objective? For example, I kept to know the employee perception level. They may ask you the question. Okay, you have mentioned this objective to know the employee perception. What is the answer? What is the solution you got it? Then most of the students, they might have mentioned in the last objective that to provide suggestion to increase so and so, to provide suggestion to improve. Then they may ask you, in your objective, you have mentioned to provide a suggestion to so and so. So what kind of suggestions you have given? So make sure that. So you itself go through your project completely, read your objective, and see for each and every objective, you could able to say what kind of tools you have used, for what kind of a finding you got, what is the suggestion you are giving. Okay, so keep your objective in your fingers and try to correlate this objective. For this objective, I have a finding. For this objective, I have a hypothesis. For this objective, I have a suggestions or whatever it is. So your objective is very much important for your project. So whatever research, whatever I have given an explanation for the research methodology, read that properly. So again, I'm telling you, first title page, then your introduction page, introduction slide, title slide, introduction slide. Next one is your either company slide or company profile or industry profile. Then put your objective, need, scope, statement of the problem. Then review of literature, 1 or 2 slides you can mention. Then put your research methodology. Okay, research methodology, only 1 slide. And then next one is your move on to the next one, data analysis interpretation. In that, for demographic, for personal details, you can put it as a tablet format, which I have mentioned in this, either 1 or 2 slide. Next one is what is that? Your chi-square, whatever tools you have used, just put that one in each. For each tool, you can use 1 slide. If in case in your project, if you used 2 chi-square, in the sense 2 slides is more than enough. Put that, that's cut and copy that chi-square table, and whatever finding you have mentioned, no, I mean inference, whatever inference you have mentioned in your project, you put it at above. Chi-square between so and so variables, that inference and then table, or else table and inference. Like that, you frame a slide. Okay. So how many tools you have used? Maximum of for in chi-square 2 and ANOVA 2, correlation 2, in the sense, use 6 slides. Okay. At least you may you be thorough with any 2 review of literature, at least. And you should know for the explanation for each and every objective. For first objective, what is the finding, what is the suggestion, what is the conclusion, and read your suggestion, conclusion properly. Okay, so have a confidence. If you are not good with the communication, also please don't don't get hesitate to talk. Please have a confidence with you. Just take a long breath and start to talk about your Viva. Then once you completed your Viva, please say thank you. Okay. Then as well as do rehearsal at least 1 or twice. Keep a mobile phone in front of you and do a rehearsal. Keep a laptop with you, keep a mobile phone, and once you prepare the PPT, start to do a presentation, take a video. Once or twice you do it. Once you view it, you will able to understand what are the mistakes you have done. You can recorrect it and you can present your Viva well. So I hope so this video will be very helpful for you guys. So thank you very much. So do your presentation well. Okay, thank you.